Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Santi Rahayu.
And I'm Galia Amalia Satya.
So in this opportunity, we are going to present about language and education, part of language and society, presented by Group 3. The member of Group 3 is Santi Tahniah, Novera Hidayati Safitri, Noviana, Santi Rahayu, Anggun Fatma Ayu, Tiara Fani Amanda, and Galih Amalia. The next is table of contents. So in this video, there are 4 points that we are going to present, which is 1, second language teaching methods, 2, teaching reading, 3, bilingual education, 4 is Ebonics. Second language teaching methods. Second language teaching methods are divided into 2 broad categories, synthetic approaches and analytical approaches. The synthetic approach emphasizes teaching the grammatical, lexical, phonological, and functional units of language step by step. More traditional language teaching methods emphasize grammar instruction. The goal of analytical approach is for the instructor to choose a topic, text, or assignment that is relevant to the needs and interests of the learner, whose task is to find the constituent parts of the language. This approach assumes that adults can extract language rules from unstructured input, much like a child does when acquiring his or her first language.
Teaching reading. Language development, whether of a spoken or sign language, is a biologically driven process with a substantial innate component. 3 main approaches of best instruction in teaching reading: the whole word approach, phonics approach, and the whole language approach. 1. The whole word approach. This approach doesn't teach children to sound out words according to the individual sounds that make up the words. So, phonics approach. Phonics instruction begins by teaching children the letters of the alphabet and then encourages them to sound out words based on their knowledge of the sound letter correspondences. 3. The whole language approach. The philosophy behind this approach is that learning to read, like learning to speak, is a natural act that children can basically do on their own assumption that is questionable at best.
And the next is bilingual education. There are many bilingual communities in US whose members have varying levels of English proficiency. Here are several kinds of bilingual programs in American school for immigrant children. The first one is Transitional Bilingual Education, or TBE. Students receive instruction in both English and their native language, and the native language support is gradually paced out over 2 or 3 years. And the second one is bilingual maintenance, or we can say BM. Students remain in bilingual classes for their entire educational experiences. And the third one is dual language immersion. Enrolls English-speaking children and students who are native in another language in roughly equal numbers. This program serves as BM program for non-English speakers and foreign language immersion program of the English-speaking children. And the next is possible causes of the chasm between researchers and public policy regarding bilingual programs. Bilingual programs can be poorly implemented and so not achieve the desired results. Public perceive that too costly to implement bilingual programs. Some of the backlashes against bilingual program is due to immigrant sentiment. Some well-intentioned people mistakenly believe that bilingualism is a handicap so that children can be more successful academically and socially if they are quickly and totally immersed in the more prestigious majority language.
Ebonics. Literacy instruction is generally based on SAE, while Ebonics is the term for African American English, AAE. SAE makes it harder for AAE speaking children to learn to read and write because of the phonological and grammatical differences. One approach to this problem has been to discourage children from speaking AAE and to correct each departure from SAE that the children produce. One's language or dialects expresses group identity and solidarity with friends and family. This approach has been criticized as being psychologically damaging to the child as well as impractical. A child may take a rejection of this language as a rejection of him and his culture. A more positive approach to teaching literacy to speakers of non-standard dialects is to encourage bidialectal or bidialectalism. This approach teaches children to take pride in their language, encouraging them to use it in informal circumstances with family and friends, while also teaching them a second dialect, SAE, that is necessary for reading, writing, and classroom discussion. Include class discussion of the phonological and grammatical differences between two dialects, which would require that teachers understand the linguistic properties of AAE as well as some linguistics in general. Educational programs that respect the home language may better facilitate the acquisitions of a standard dialect.
I think that's all from our presentation. Thank you for all of your attention and wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.